עושה פה בלעדייך? אין לי כלום מלבד האהבה, כל הערב מחייג אלייך, את לא עונה. הסתגרתי לי לבד בחדר, כמו משוגע הולך מפה לשם. החיים איבדו כיוון בסדר, אין לי עניין. אלוהי, אלוהי, אלוהים, אני לא יודע לאן. אלוהי, אלוהי, אלוהים, אם תיתן לי קצת זמן. האורות כביט בחלונות, אנשים חולמים על המחר. לא יכול לישון, רוצה לבכות, עצוב לי וקר. ופתאום צלצול ואת בדלת, תתנצל אומרת, מתנצל. את אהובתי ואין אחרת, די לערפל. אלוהי, אלוהי, אלוהים, אני לא יודע לאן. אלוהי, אלוהי, אלוהים, אם תיתן לי קצת זמן, רק איתך אלך נשוטט בעולם. לא יודע איך, לא יודע לאן, אנגן לך שיר, אזמזם פזמון. את אהבתי עד יומי האחרון.
That's not the right answer. Where'd you go? Come in. Sorry, not today.
the last time I'm crying for you.
Thank you, Shibu.
Okay, there's a nice tradition, if you'd like, is to offer a blessing. Now, bless your daughter.
Thank you.
So the two of you can, from the heart, anything you want, and your father's here, he can bless you.
No, too late.
Alright, so you can go now.
Am I done?
You could go.
You're done.
Is he done, Kate?
He is.
He's done. He's paid the price.
Yes, and
Grab.
two of you.
I don't have that.
Wait, James. Parents want to bless him.
Just say something.
Mess up his makeup.
Right. Can we get on with
Don't
this
push
now?
it. Don't push it. We don't believe it.
Before she changes her mind.
Who's going down the aisle now?
The grandparents.
Yeah.
Okay, so I leave now.
Mazel Tov, James, Kate, mom and dad, mums and dads, grandmas and grandpas. We're very fortunate to be with you both here on this very special day, magical moment, when you're going to propose marriage, James to Kate, and if Kate decides to be your wife, she will accept the ring on her finger, and you will be husband and wife. The ring, which I hope is here, somewhere under the chuppah, or with the best man, okay. That round ring symbolizes a link in a chain that up till now has been missing in both your lives. I'm referring to the concept that is found in the Jewish way of reading the Bible, that when the Creator, when God made man, He didn't make him first male and then female, man and then woman. According to the ancient Jewish tradition, they were made together, created at the same moment together as two halves of the same whole. So what happens to us? We're somewhere imagined and created up there in the heavens, but as we're brought down to earth through our mother's wombs, we're separated, and we're left two halves apart. And then we have the greatest mission, the greatest challenge in life is to find the other half, to find her, to find him, to make that decision that we are going to join together again and close the chain once more. Because all these years, you've been living as two ends of the same chain, but a broken chain. And now you're going to join it and make it whole again with that ring. So that's why it's a link that now is will be joining the two of you together. And then the mission and the challenge continues to make it a happy marriage, a happy home, full of love and light as this chuppah is. And that is going to depend on the two of you. We're here together to bless you, to ask God to send from the heavens blessings upon your home and upon your relationship. But it boils down to the two of you working at it, strengthening the links and between all the parts of the chain so that it will never be broken again. It will always stay whole and complete. Succeeding in doing so, you will bring all of us who are present on this day lots of joy and satisfaction that we were part of this very special moment, a very happy time for the two of you and for the families. You are blessed to have here some of your grandparents. But I've been asked to mention two of them that could not make it, weren't well enough to make it. Aisha, Kate's Savta, grandmother in Israel. Papa Monty, James's grandfather, living in the United States. You'll, of course, speak to them after the chuppah and thank them and ask them for their blessings. But also we believe that man and woman have many creators other than the supreme creator, your parents, your grandparents, the previous generations. And we believe that it's impossible for a couple to stand under a chuppah when they're rejoining to become whole again, and is it being recreated, if all the creators, anybody that had a part in it, are not here. And therefore, the grandparents that are right now up in the heaven, we believe, are also here in spirit, with you under the chuppah, smiling and offering their blessing. So I'd like to mention Kate's grandfathers, Reuven and Yisrael in Israel, and James' Nana, Muriel. We ask them all, those who are here and those who couldn't make it physically to the wedding, to offer their blessings to their grandchildren. May they enjoy a beautiful life together, and the grandparents in heaven also, may they send their blessings from there, smiling down upon them. I'd like to just now end this part of the ceremony by wishing you both long lives of health, prosperity, and of working hard together to make it work, and always offering that it should always be bisiman tov uvmazal tov. May it be a good sign that the two of you are here today, and always may you find good fortune. Mazel tov. I begin the ceremony now with two blessings. Blessing over the wine that James and Kate are going to be drinking in a moment, and also that you're performing the act of marriage. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam boe pri hagafen. Time for everybody to say amen. Amen. Excellent. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav ve'asar lanu et ha'arusot v'hitir lanu et hanesuot lanu al yedei chuppah ve'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael al yedei chuppah ve'kiddushin. Amen. Amen. James, drink from the cup of your blessings. Sit. Mom, pick your daughter's veil up, pick Kate's veil up so she can also drink from the cup of the blessing. Fold it back for a second. Okay, now Mom, gently lean forward a bit, Kate. Lean forward a bit. Okay, now cover back up the veil. Now I'd like to ask the two of you to take another half step forward so you can be in the center of the chuppah. So you can turn towards one another for the proposal of marriage. Now I need the witnesses to come forward, and the ring, please. The reason I've asked them to come forward to the center of the chuppah, because the canopy above their head, which is called a chuppah, symbolizes the roof over their new home that they are establishing today according to the traditions of the Jewish people and according to all of our customs and traditions. So this should be a symbol. May your home always be in the center of all your efforts and your concerns, because it will be the main thing and really the bottom line that will bring you happiness in your lives. So first I need to see the ring, so please ask your best man for the ring. All right, I've got the ring. Let me ask you, James, is this your ring?
No, what have you done with the ring? Yeah, that's the ring.
Kate, give him a kick in the shin. Okay.
That's James.
Yes. She can still say no.
Yeah, exactly. Until she says
Okay,
yes.
guys, you see there's a ring? Okay. James, take hold of the ring. You might want to hand your bouquet to your mother for a moment. Now, you're going to propose marriage according to using the traditional formula. And after you've proposed marriage, if Kate is still pointing at you and at your ring, you will slip it on her finger. And when she accepts the ring on her finger, that shows the witnesses and all of us that she's accepted your proposal of marriage. So this is the moment, this is the act that makes the difference. More than your proposal, we have to wait to see if Kate accepts your proposal. So both of you breathe in deeply and propose marriage with a lot of love. Say after me, Hareyat.
Hareyat.
Mikudeshet li.
Nikudeshet li.
Betabat zo.
Betabat zo.
Kedat Moshe.
Kedat Moshe.
V'Yisrael.
V'Yisrael.
So guys, Mikudeshet. Mazel tov. You can move over the finger that you want, or you can hold it up to them and show them. Give it on the ring, the thing that you want. I have here the ketubah, the traditional marriage contract that has been in use amongst the Jewish people for over 2,000 years. It was instituted by the leaders then in order to make sure that the married woman had proof that she was married and therefore had rights. I'm not going to read it all. It was written in Aramaic, the language that the Jews spoke then in the land of Israel, and then I'll give you a running translation. באחד בשבת 4 ימים לחודש תמוז שנת 5772 לבריאת העולם למניין שאנו מונים כאן בלונדון. On the first day of the week, on Sunday, the 4th day of the Hebrew month of Tammuz, 5,772 years since the creation of the first modern human being, as we count here in London, we attest to the fact, the two witnesses behind you, that James, who is also known in Hebrew, at his Brit Milah, he was called Yaakov Doron, Ben Pinchas Mordechai Levi, said and proposed marriage to the Kala, to Kate, Bat Yosef, please be my wife according to the traditions of the Torah and the customs of the Jewish people. And if you accept my proposal of marriage, I promise to cherish you, to respect you, and to take care of all your earthly needs, as is appropriate for Jewish husbands to treat their wives with honesty and with dignity. That is the first half of the ketubah and the essential part. And may it be important until your great-grandparents, after you've celebrated many celebrations of your children and your grandchildren. The rest are all details, what you would get, God forbid, in the case of a separation. It was a traditional way of doing it.
How much?
Lawyers. You want to know how many camels and how many lambs and sheep? All right, I got you.
I use statistics.
But forget about that. Why? It's all matters of money. And basically what we're doing, we're wishing you that we all know when it comes to love, money is truly not important, when it's true and sincere and strong love. So the heck with the money. And may you always, the two of you, be wise enough, be clever enough to always place what is truly important in life, to know, to prioritize, to place what is more important and essential over what is not. And if you do so, and you are blessed to act in that way, then the witnesses can be confident that they've signed a ketubah, that attests to a contract, an agreement that has been entered between James and Kate. As it says here, Hakol sharir v'kayam, everything is appropriate and is truthful as it should be between husband and wife. James, take this document, hand it to your wife Kate, Give it to her. It is hers now. As soon as you release it, yes. It is now Kate's. Kate, you hold on to it for many years of joy, health, and happiness. If you want to give it to mom till after the chuppah, please do so. Now take a half step backwards. Let the parents get a bit closer now. I'll continue now with the ceremony. Now that they are husband and wife, now we have to offer them blessings, the 7 blessings. These 7 blessings are, first of all, wishes for the two of you, that you be successful in this new path that you've both agreed upon in your lives. Because there's no more just James, there's no more just Kate. Now it's James and Kate together. Therefore, in these blessings, man and woman are not mentioned. Husband and wife, bridegroom and bride are mentioned here, because that's what we've come to celebrate. And we're going to wish you in these blessings, may you always have reasons to rejoice in your home together and with such good friends that have come here to attend this important moment in your lives. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Boei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shakol bara lechvodo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer ha'adam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher yatzart adam betzalmo betzelem dmutav nito V'itkin lo mimeno binyan ad Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer ha'adam. The next blessing refers to a barren woman, which is an analogy for the land of Israel, for Zion, that was left as a woman without her children when we were all exiled from her so many years ago. But it is also expressing hope that all these years that the Jewish people have been living in exile, any time Zion, the land of Israel, saw 2 Jews as yourselves coming under the chuppah to create a new Jewish home, she took heart. She was comforted in the fact that she knew the Jewish people had a future. And if they have a future, then she was hopeful that they would eventually return back to her. But it is also, in disguise, a blessing for the two of you, that you will see fruits to this marriage, and that there will be little Jameses and little Kates pattering in time, when it's appropriate, around the house, to make the two of you very happy, and make your parents and grandparents even happier. Baruch atah. No, it's the wrong one. Sorry. I got carried away with my. Sos tasis v'tagel ha'akara b'kibbutz banea letocha b'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai mesameach Tzion bevanecha. שמח תשמח עם האהובים, כשמחך יצילך בגן עדן מקדם. ברוך אתה אדוני משמח חתן וכלה. Now the final blessing of the 7 under the chuppah. It's a long blessing because it is filled with good wishes for the two of you. I'd like to emphasize 4 of them, 4 words that are the secret and the firm foundation for a happy and successful marriage. We are going to wish you both now. May you have love that will only grow and grow. Ahava. Ahava may be like brother and sister that nobody should ever try to separate. Shalom, everybody knows what that means. May peace and serenity always be in your home. And re'ut, may you always be best friends. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala gila rina ditza v'chedva ahava ve'achava ve'shalom ve're'ut Me'ra Adonai Eloheinu יישמע בערי יהודה ובחוצות ירושלים. כל ששון וכל שמחה, כל חתן וכל כלה, כל מצלות חתנים מחופתם, ונערים ממשתה נגינתם. ברוך אתה אדוני משמח החתן עם הכלה. James, drink from the cup of your 7 blessings. Pick up your wife's, Kate's veil. Also hold the cup and let her take a drink. Careful, sludge. Now I'd like to ask the parents to join me in a traditional blessing that is referred to in the Bible as the priestly blessing, because it's usually, it's a mitzvah, it's a commandment, an obligation of people of the priestly families. But parents, in certain occasions, are allowed to also use it. Friday night dinners when the family is together, and under the chuppah, when their child, their son or daughter is getting married. I'll recite in Hebrew, and then we'll say it together in English. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May Adonai bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May Adonai shine his smile upon you and always grant you favor in all those who meet you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May Adonai turn his face towards you and always grant the two of you peace. Amen. Before we can allow them to leave the chuppah, we expect the chatan to break something. The idea of breaking something is to show that since the destruction of Jerusalem and everything that it symbolized, the national home, the Jewish national home, Jerusalem, has not been yet repaired and is not whole again. But it is also to remind the two of you. The sages teach us that Jerusalem was destroyed. The Romans were only an instrument. They were the medium. They were the messenger. But we had already destroyed the home from within, because we didn't treat one another as family, as brothers and sisters, with tolerance and patience and love. The two of you have to remember that your relationship, your marriage, there is nothing more important than succeeding in marriage. Anyone who has a happy marriage will tell you that. Everything else is incidental. But the problem is, and this is what makes it such a great challenge, it's fragile. It's breakable. The two of you have to be so careful with the way you speak to one another, with the way you treat each other. You don't need jewels. You don't need gifts. What you need, we all need, is attention. You want to feel, James, that for Kate, you are the man, you are the most special person in the world. But don't you forget, James, as men tend to do, Kate wants to feel every day that she is the one and she is the special one. And it's not just enough smiling, it's not enough that, well, I signed the ketubah. Sometimes it's gifts, sometimes it's words. So you have to remember that in order to maintain the relationship, to keep the glass of blessing whole, you have to treat your relationship with love, tolerance, and patience. And if you do that, then this glass will be the last thing that will ever break between the two of you. We're going to mention Jerusalem. I've asked the musician to play a little song about Jerusalem, and then you're going to take a step forward and stamp down on the glass, James. Yerushalayim tishkach
Uh,